I was just calling to say that I hope you're okay.
Hello and welcome to the First Comes Love podcast. My name is Eli Castaneda and I'm so glad to see you here once again. I want to say hi to all of our new subscribers, all the new followers. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the First Comes Love podcast. I am so glad that you are here. And today I want to talk to you about why singles stay single, right? And I think that we've been talking in other episodes about what to do while you're single and what not to do while you're single. And I think that that's not the goal for everybody, right? We don't all want to stay single. Eventually, we want to find somebody that we want to be with for the rest of our life. And that's the goal for most people. That's what I want to talk to you about, right? Why do singles stay single? And I think there's many factors that keep single people single, especially when it comes to our personalities, especially when it comes to how we position ourselves, especially when it comes to what we do to actually get out there, right? And I feel like we put a lot of limitations on ourselves in our lives that it kind of makes it impossible for us to get out of this single phase because of the choices and the way that we decide to behave, the way that we decide to put ourselves out into the world, right? So the first thing I would think is that a lot of the times it's really a personal thing. The reason we stay single is because our personalities really are intolerable sometimes, and sometimes people don't want to deal with us. We might think we're okay. I don't think anyone ever has a problem with themselves, but not everybody is going to want to be with you, especially if you have a bad personality, especially if you have an attitude that people don't like. And you might be saying, no, I'm great. Yes, you might be great for yourself. And that's why you are still by yourself, right? But we have to analyze ourselves and say, hey, are there things in my personality that people don't like? You know, maybe you're an angry person. Maybe you're a person that's always bitter. Maybe you're a very negative person and you're always talking negative. And quite frankly, you know, after a while, being negative is not going to get you anywhere. Being a person that's always angry is not going to get you anywhere, especially in a relationship. For the most part, people don't want to be with people that are negative. People don't want to be with people that bring them down. For the most part, people want somebody that's going to bring positivity into their life, that's going to bring happiness and joy into their life. So if you're a very angry person, a very negative person, a very person that's always sad, a person that's always depressed, well, it becomes kind of an issue because now you're bringing that to somebody else, right? And I would say with men, this is sometimes the case, right? That we're very angry, we're very conflictive, and we don't realize that, right? We don't realize how we behave. And it takes breakup after breakup after breakup after breakup to maybe then realize, oh, okay, there's something wrong here, right? I can't control my temper. I can't control my anger. And honestly, nobody wants to deal with that every single day of their life. Now, are there some women that do? Yes. Are there some men that deal with angry women? Of course there is, right? But that's not always the best case scenario. Are there little things in my personality that I need to adjust so that I can be more sociable, so that I can be liked by other people? And a lot of people don't realize that. And that anger brings a lot of things with it, right? Because not only are men and women sometimes angry, sometimes they're very manipulative, right? And they like to be in control. They like to be controlling partners so that when the relationship starts, everything is cool, right? Everything is good. You know, there's no issues. You're in this love place. You're in this la la land of I love you. I want to be with you forever. And then things start heating up, right? And people start revealing how they are, and they reveal that they are very manipulative, that they are very controlling. And honestly, nobody wants to be with a person that is controlling them, somebody that's manipulating them, right? Gaslighting them all the time. And a lot of times we don't realize that this is baked into our personality, and we treat people like this maybe because you were treated like this, maybe because you were maybe treated with anger, maybe you were treated with this attitude of just negativity. And a lot of times we carry that from our childhood into relationships, and it's baked into our personality, where now we're controlling. Now we are people that are trying to manipulate other people to do what we want, right? Because it is something selfish, right? So again, nobody long term wants to be with a person that is controlling, that is manipulative, that is angry, right? So you have to check yourself. Is that baked into my personality? Is that something that I'm doing? And if it is, then change, right? Learn to control yourself, learn to control your temper, and learn to know to trust people. A lot of times we don't trust people because we are basing everything on the past, which brings me to my second point, which is a lot of singles stay single because they're judging everybody based on a past experience. And you can't live your life judging everyone else on what happened to you in the past. Just because your ex cheated on you, just because your ex broke your heart, just because, it didn't work out with somebody else, doesn't mean that it's not going to work out with the next person. That doesn't mean that the person that's DMing you right now and that wants to get to know you and that's genuinely interested is also going to be a cheater and a liar. That's not what that means. But a lot of times we base our judgment on the past. We base it on other people that have nothing to do with the new people that we have. So we have to start letting go of our past and say, you know what, I need help. And the only way that I'm going to make a relationship work in the future is if I let go of the past. We need to let go of everything that's hindering us from becoming people that can socialize normally, right? And what I mean by that is that a lot of times our vision is tinted by our past experiences. And the only way that we're going to move on and move forward from that is forgiving, is healing from that trauma, maybe from that hurt that somebody actually did something wrong to you. And look, I can validate that maybe somebody did cheat on you. Maybe somebody did treat you incorrectly, but that doesn't mean that everybody's going to treat you like that. That doesn't mean that everybody is going to cheat on you. Everyone is going to lie to you. Everyone's going to be dishonest. No, all it means is that there's bad people in this world, and it's our responsibility to ourselves to forgive those people, move on, and find the good people, because there are good people in this world. There are women and men that are amazing, and that if you give them a chance, they will treat you like the queen and king that you are, right? So again, we can't base our experience on our past experiences, right? We can't base our future relationships. We can't judge people on the past, right? The last thing I think is that men and women don't position themselves in a place where they can actually be found by somebody else, right? A lot of times men and women have these expectations. I think the culture now has made women have these high standards and high expectations, right? Where they put certain attributes on a pedestal, right? And they mark those things as things that already need to be done. And the truth is that at this age, right? Your 20s, your 30s, you're still trying to figure out life. And most people you're going to meet are going to be in the same boat that you're in, trying to figure out life. Now, if that's you, right, and you're trying to figure out life and you're trying to figure it out, why do we have an expectation for the person that we're going to end up with to already have their life figured out? And a lot of times this is not the case. A lot of the times, the people that we're going to end up with are the people that we end up helping build a life together. And a perfect example is me and my wife. Like when we met, I had nothing, and I had a job, obviously, and I had an idea of where I was going, but we didn't have anything. But together, we worked together to build a business. We worked together to build something that we're proud of, something that pays our bills, something that supports our lifestyle. And we've done it together. And that makes me very happy. That makes me very proud. And it makes her very happy, and it makes her feel secure. And we're doing it together. But it took us to realize that, hey, we don't have it all together. We were just kids when we met. She was 21 years old. I was 23 years old, and we met. But together we decided to build the life that we wanted. And I think we there's a text that we would send each other every single year. We just copy the same text, and it would say, hey, look, these are my goals that I have with you. I'm going to have a house. We're going to have a car. We're going to have our family. And again, all those things that we said were going to happen. Did we have them when we met? No. Did we have everything we wanted and everything we thought we were going to have? No, absolutely not. It took time. It took effort. It took work on both of our parts. And now, thankfully, we're blessed and God has given us the things that we have. But again, if we would have discarded each other from the beginning and said, you know what, you don't have what I want, you don't have the job that I want, you don't have the career that I want, you don't have the money that I want, you don't have the status that I want, then again, we might be losing out on an opportunity. And we maintain ourselves single, right? A lot of people are single because they cross out people without giving them a chance, without giving them an opportunity, without talking and getting to know people. Again, talking to somebody, dating somebody doesn't mean that you're married to that person. You're getting to know that person. You're getting to see what they want, to see what their goals are, to see what their dreams are. So again, that's our responsibility to research and search and talk and have good conversations so you can say, you know what, this person right here, they don't have it all together, but there's some potential there. There's something that could be made out from this, right? So again, what I say is position yourself in a place where you can actually talk to other single people, where you can actually talk to other people that are your age, that have the same likes, have the same interests that you have, right? And you position yourself in a place where you make yourself accessible, right? Again, accessibility doesn't mean that they have an open door to your whole life. No, it just means that you at least give them access to meet you and to get to know you, and vice versa, that you get to meet them and you get to know them. But you have to position yourself, right? Put yourself in community events, put yourself in places where, if you're in church, put yourself in conferences, put yourself in different places where people can get to know you and say, hey, you know what? This is a person that I might have a potential future with. And again, you can't find that out if you don't put yourself in a position of meeting somebody, right? And what does that mean is, don't isolate yourself. Don't close yourself in. Don't think that the Prince Charming or that woman is going to come knock at your door and say, hey, I'm here. It's time. No, it doesn't happen like that. You have to put yourself in a place where you find that person. Makes me think of my wife, right? When we met, or the first time we met, it was actually at a conference. I was playing the bass guitar, and my wife came up to sing a song. I heard her. I was playing the bass. I thought, man, she's this white girl. She sings in Spanish, and I was shocked, right? But that was it. That was the first time that I saw her. And then from there, we had a mutual friend that connected us both and said, hey, I think you guys would be a good fit, a good match. We started texting, we started talking, and it's history from there, right? We became best friends. We became even better co-workers, and we just built a life based on our friendship. But we were both serving in ministry. We were both serving the Lord, and we found each other in that space, right? So what is the space that you need to put yourself in, or that you need to be active in for your significant other to see you, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with being in a space and knowing that, hey, you know what? I'm working and I'm doing what I have to do. And there might be a possibility that my wife, that my husband is here in this room. I've known many relationships like that. Again, I always bring up my friends Kiana and Ephraim, but they met at a conference, and Kiana said she always knew that he was the one. And again, they were in the right place at the right time, and they found each other. So again, you have to do the same thing. You have to say, where can I place myself? What community can I be a part of? Where can I go? Where can I socialize? And find a place that provides that opportunity for you to actually meet people, right? You're not going to meet anybody in your room. You're not going to meet anybody shut in at your house. Again, it's very possible that you DM somebody, you text somebody, and they become your friend, and that's okay. There's been a lot of friendships that are built like that, but you have a better opportunity if you place yourself in a social environment, if you place yourself in a place where you can actually talk and you can actually get to meet somebody. So those three things, I think, are what keep single people single. Now, I know there's a lot of other factors that might keep you single, and again, if you want to comment that below, what are your ideas of what you think keep people single? comment down below. I want to see what you think. But I think that's it for this episode. I know there's a lot of other things that we could talk about. And like I said, comment down below. If you haven't subscribed, if you haven't followed, go ahead and follow us, subscribe, press the little bell so you can get notifications when our next episode comes out. Like I say, every episode, if you found value from this, go ahead and follow, go ahead and subscribe. And if you know somebody that this might be helpful for, go ahead and share it with them. I would greatly appreciate it, and I'm sure they'll greatly appreciate it. Until next time, this is the First Comes Love podcast. Take care.
I was just calling to say that I hope you're okay.